Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sherita and the name of my channel is Unique by Sherita. Welcome. In today's video, we are decorating our guest bedroom, and before we get started, the first thing I'm going to do is hang this art above the bed. I shared this art in one of my last hauls. It is from Ross, and I'm going to hang it using the tape method. And the first thing you want to do is take a piece of tape and go across the back right above the hangers on the back of the art. And I'm using a marker to mark the edges. This is going to tell me what the width of the art is. It's very important, especially when you're hanging two pieces of art and you want it centered. So I'm marking the edges using a marker, and then I'm going to use an ink pen to mark the center of the hanger on the back of the art. And that is very important because that is where you're going to get your placement for your nail or your screw. So I'm doing the same thing on the second piece of art, and it's really simple. Allow the tape to kind of overlap the art's edges. And then we're going to draw a line or use the edge of the marker to go down the side of the art on the tape. Every mark we're making is going to be made on the tape. And this is a canvas piece of art, very lightweight. So I'm just placing it on the back of the headboard. Usually this is something you want to get another person to do, maybe hang it or hold it, hold it up for you and you kind of eyeball it. But in my case, I'm working along lightweight, inexpensive art. I'm just placing it on the back of the headboard. We're going to measure the headboard. This headboard measures 66 inches. So with the headboard measuring 66 inches, the art 23.5 inches each, times 2 gave us 47. We're going to space it 3 inches apart, which put us at 50. So that leaves us with 16 inches, which is 8 inches on each side from the edge of the headboard. So when it comes to hanging art, it's simple math, especially if you want them to be centered and even. All right, now that we have our measurements, all we need to do is place our tape where we want the art to hang on the wall. And in this case, pretty much eye level, I can kind of eyeball it after doing this for a while on the height. So I place the tape on the wall on one of the pieces of art. Then we're going to go over to the other side and place the tape from the back of the art. And don't worry about if you don't get it all the way even, all the way across. We have a level where we can make those corrections and adjustments. But for now, we just want to make sure the edges line up. All right, so now that we have the tape on the wall, we want to create a level line going vertical as well as horizontal. And the purpose of the vertical line is to make sure the art is level, as well as making sure that that horizontal line is level as well. And this is how we're going to marry those two pieces of art together. If my level was longer, I wouldn't have to move it as much, but I want the level line to go from one piece of art all the way to the other. So we're making sure it's placed on top of both pieces of tape when we draw that line completely across. So in this case, I had to actually move my level all the way across from tape to tape. And I'm going to use my favorite nail to hang this lightweight art above the bed. And the last piece of art is going up. And of course, it looks level to me, so I'm happy, but there's no check like using a level. So let's use the level and see if it's level. And it is. So excited. Yay. But guess what, y'all? We're going to change the art. You'll see in just a second. But for now, we are going to add some bedding to the bed. I went ahead and placed the sheets. Steamed the sheets, and the sheets did not need steaming. I just washed them and put them right on the bed, and they were fine. And we're using this duvet cover. I already had it. I got it from Macy's some years ago, and it is very durable. It's held up, and we're just going to add this all-weather duvet insert into this duvet cover. And I used the in and out method. I started using that a couple of years ago. Sometimes I can get it on pretty clear cut, and sometimes not. It just depends on the duvet cover, in my opinion. And this one is pretty big, so for a queen bed, as a matter of fact. So it wasn't as smooth as it usually is, but it did get on perfectly. And I'm just tying the knots on each end before I take the insert and reverse it. Now that we have the duvet insert inside of the cover, we're going to go ahead and make the bed. And with making the bed, I'm going to completely tuck all of the edges inside of the bed frame, except for the corners and the very top of the bedding. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And y'all, I remember when my daughter moved out, and she said, I already got a comforter. It wasn't but $12 or maybe 20. And I said, okay, send me a picture. And she sent me a picture of it, and it was a duvet cover. I said, girl, you need a duvet insert. So shame on me, because I thought I taught her better. But sometimes they just have to figure it out themselves, even when you tell them. So she did end up using a comforter I already had, because when she opened it up, it was not large enough for her bed. She pretty much had a full size comforter or duvet cover that did not even touch the ends of her bed. So y'all, I picked up this comforter set. It came with the sheets. This set was only $20 from Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Only $20. It's a Sherita brand. They don't like for you to mention the brands a lot of times when you work with them, because of the partnership type of thing. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to use the pillow covers from that set for the comforter, the pink ones. And we're also going to later on layer that comforter across the bed. So I'm just adding the pillow covers with the regular bedding pillows on the bed. And then we're going to add some decorative pillows as well to complete the look. And this pillow I already had. I purchased it from Home Goods a while ago. It has that silver and white color in it. And the other decorative pillows is more of that cream and silver, but it'll still work. So we're going to bring in some cream lamps over on each nightstand. Absolutely love these. I like the fact they have a night light inside of them. So the main thing is to get them plugged up behind the bed. So that wasn't a problem. Got that done. And I'm still working with these curtains. They were also a purchase from Ollie's. They were only $5.99 for 95-inch curtains. I only purchased one set, and we're going to place the other lamp on the other nightstand. One thing I hate about this space is there is no symmetry in the room. I mean, we have one window, we have 3 doors in this small bedroom. I've even had people suggest placing a set of curtains on the wall and a mirror. I've done that before in an apartment many years ago, and it could actually work. But in this bedroom, you see the little curve in the wall? That's going to stop that from happening unless I bring my curtain rod down some. So we're not going to do that look, but we are going to change it up a little bit. I am going to place a mirror there and lean it up against the wall, but I'll share that with you later on in the video. But for now, we're adding the comforter. It's a really lightweight comforter to the bed just to add some color, and it's a really soft pink. Actually, I love this soft pink, perfect for a little girl's room. All right, so now let's bring in some accessories. I'm going to bring in some of those items I shared in my last haul, and this is one of those sets. And this is where we're going to bring in a little bit of that cream and pink. Although that comforter or the duvet set is actually white and silver. Now I'm adding a couple of coffee table books, and this is a great way to bring in some color or marry those colors together. And in this case, I'm using a gray and white coffee table book because of the color of the wallpaper and curtains, and we're also pulling out that gray that's in the art. I added those decorative dices to the nightstand along with a candle, and this is how the space turned out. I do like the colors in the art. I'm not so sure about it hanging above the bed because of the ceiling height. And as you can see, it can actually work in the space. The art can definitely work. It gives it a different look. It pulls the colors together. And I do like it, but am I in love with it? And I went ahead and added the mirror to the space. The mirror is supposed to be kind of eye level with the window. And with the mirror and the art on the wall, you can't see as much of the wallpaper. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me show you another option for this wall. Right, so here's another option of that wall. We still left the mirror in place. We just added 2 smaller pieces of art. I love the art, but I'm not in love with the matte background. I don't really care for the white. Maybe if it was cream, it would really set this space off. And as you can see, I did place those 2 art pieces that was above the bed over on the side wall. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite look. I thought about just replacing the matte in those frames and keeping the art. I love the art, but not the matte background. If you're wondering what's on the other wall, it's going to be a closet door and an attic door. So I'm kind of blocking the attic door, which we don't really use that much. We really don't have much in that space. So there's the attic door. We have a TV with a small desk, and then there's going to be another door right beside the TV. And I plan on purchasing a dresser for this area, so I'm not going to hang the 2 decorative pieces that I have to go above the TV for now. But this is it. Now let's move over into an unboxing. This is a battery operated trash can with a boho cover. I got it from my office. Absolutely love the one I had previously, but it did not have a cover. I'm also unboxing a brown velvet chair for my office because I need a sturdy seat other than my desk chair. Now, I do have my sofa in that area, and of course, if you're sitting on it, you're pretty much lounging. So I needed something a little bit more sturdy. And we have not been in my office in a while, so I'm going to show you really briefly how it looks. So if you were wondering where the art went that I had above my sofa downstairs, it is up here. And this is a great place for it. I absolutely love my motorized blinds. They do have an option for you to use a solar charger, if that's what you want to call it, or you can plug it directly into the wall and let it charge. But I've had them for about 2 years and I have not had to charge them yet. And I absolutely love my space. I do hang out up here a lot of the time. And sometimes when I just want to get away from everybody and relax and watch TV on my own without any interruption, this is one of those places I do come. And I did need a chair that was not one of those chairs that you're going to sink into, just sit straight up and maybe watch TV. All right, everyone, we are coming to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you like these types of videos and you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn your notification on so you'll be notified when I post videos. And feel free to like, share, and comment. It really does help. We'll be working on a project outside of my home, and these are just some of the items that I will have to unbox for that project. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.